Okay, welcome all. My name is Suresh, lecturer in ECV from Government Polytechnic Bellanpalli. Today we are going to learn about the topic called clamper circuits. Clamper circuits. This topic is a part of the sixth chapter, that is wave shaping circuits in the electronic device and circuits subject of third sem. Instrumentation and ECE, both common subject. Subject code is 303 303. Until now we have seen in this sixth chapter, that is wave shaping circuits, clippers. First topic is clippers. In the clipper we have learnt about the classification of clippers, and we have seen the circuits of the series clippers, shunt clippers, that is unbiased and biased also, and positive clippers and negative clippers. All type of clipper circuits we have learned, and we have seen, we have solved a simple problem regarding these clipper circuits in the yesterday's class. Today we are going to discuss clamper circuits. First, what is the meaning of clipper actually? Clipper means it will clips off the, that means it will cut off the waveform. That means the waveform will be, the waveform shape will be changed, right? In every clipper circuit, in all those circuits we have learned that the output waveform is entirely different from this input waveform. That is, a part of the input waveform is clipped off, cut off. But in clamping circuits, that does not happen. That means the whatever the portion we are cutting off in these clipper circuits will not happen in the clamping circuits. Only the DC level of the waveform will be shifted. That is either in positive direction or in the negative direction. Only the waveform will be shifted from its zero position, that is x-axis position, will be shifted. That is, it's like clamp. You can see, generally the clamping means we will after washing the cloths, we will have to dry the cloths, right? Generally in the day-to-day life, in order to dry the cloths, we actually, whatever the wet cloth will be uh, hanged to the rope, and we will use a clamp so that it will not fall off from the rope. So what it will do, it will keep the cloth with the rope only, right? Though it will be a wind effect or sun effect, so it will not let it fall. That means we use the clamp to hold that cloth at that position constantly. Sorry. So similarly here also, in this clamping circuits also, a DC level is used to clamp this input waveform at a particular DC level. By looking at the waveforms, we can understand it easily, right? First, see the circuit, only figure A circuit. See the figure A and draw the figure A. One must draw this circuit compulsorily. As a student, you are learning it first time, the clamping circuits, so you have to understand it easily and to draw the same circuit in the exams. One must draw the circuit on the paper, please all of you draw the circuit, only figure A. Please make it quick, draw it quickly. So after drawing, observe the circuit figure A. that is, we have the input waveform and a capacitor followed by a diode and then load resistor. If you compare this circuit with the clipping circuits, that is clipper circuits, there we have the load resistor and followed by a diode in case of unbiased, and if it is biased there will be reference voltage. Here the resistor is replaced with the capacitor, and diode remains the same. And the input waveform, if you see the input waveform, it will be a same sinusoidal wave with maximum plus Vm and minus Vm values respectively. First we have to apply the input waveform, right? During the positive half cycle, the positive will be applied to the N terminal of the diode, and P terminal will be applied with the negative. Positive will be applied with the P terminal, N terminal, right? During the, what happens, the positive signal plus will be applied to this diode and negative will be applied to this N terminal of the diode, right? Before going to the circuit operation, first see the introduction part. Figure A shows the positive clamper. It consists of a capacitor C, the ideal diode. Here also we are considering the ideal diode D. What happens if we consider the ideal diode D? If it is in forward bias, it will act as a short circuit. If it is in reverse bias, it will act as a open circuit, and without any forward resistance and infinite reverse resistance. And the lower resistance RL. It is also called as negative peak clamper. The figure A circuit is a negative peak clamper because since the circuit clamps the negative peak of the signal to 0 level, negative peak of the input waveform is clamped to this 0 level. That's why it is called a negative peak clamper. Operation during negative half cycle of the input signal. First we are considering here during the negative half cycle. For negative half cycle of the input signal, the diode is forward biased and hence it acts as short circuited. Why? During the negative, minus and plus, figure C. In the figure C, minus and plus will be connected to the P terminal and minus will be connected to the N terminal. The diode will act as a short circuit, right? It should act as a short circuit. Forward bias and hence it acts as a short circuit. In this situation, the capacitor C is charged to Vm because when it is short circuited, what happens? It will be a closed circuit. The circuit will be a closed circuit, and whatever the voltage we are applying will be supplied to this capacitor. That means capacitor will charge. And the charge on this capacitor will be minus and plus with respect to this whatever the applying voltage, right? Then the output will be what it will be. Output is we are taking across this diode and which is parallel to RL. If the diode is forward bias and it is short circuit, then the resistor RL can be removed, right? Because short circuit in parallel with resistor, the overall equivalent resistance will be short circuit only. R equivalent will be 0 because R1 R2 by R1 plus R2, one thing is 0, so 0 into something, 0 by something, so it will be 0. So output will be, we are taking across a short circuit, so we don't get any output. That means during the negative half cycle the diode will be forward bias and it acts as a short circuit. But after reaching the maximum value, then the capacitor will store. Capacitor will peak. Mean the capacitor. What is the basic property of capacitor? It will store the energy, right? Store the energy, EMF or voltage. Then the minus and plus will be stored on this capacitor plates. And then the output will be 0. See in this explanation, the situation the capacitor C is charged to Vm, but the output voltage is 0 because diode is forward bias. D means diode will be forward bias and capacitor charges to Vm and output will become 0 volts. Note the capacitor charging current flows in anti-clockwise direction. See in figure C. Anti-clock direction. I think here in this circuit they are given wrong notation for the diode, that is open circuit in the figure C. Actually in the figure C we are applying first the negative of cycle when the capacitor charges and the diode is short circuit, because in the figure C it will be short circuit, not the open circuit. Please draw the figure C with the short circuit, not the open circuit. In this PPT it is wrong. It has been drawn as wrongly. Please correct it yourself. So during the positive half cycle of the input signal, the diode is reverse bias, right? In the positive half cycle, plus and minus, plus will be applied to the N terminal and minus will be applied to the P terminal. And the diode is open circuit. That is in the figure D, the diode must be open circuit, not the short circuit. I think it both the circuits have been exchanged. You see it yourself, because in the figure D the diode must be open circuit, in the figure C the diode must be short circuit. In the figure C the direction of current will be anti-clockwise because minus and plus, because of the negative half cycle, and the conventional direction current will be from plus to minus, right? So the diode direction is anti-clockwise. In the figure D we are applying the positive half cycle, right? And the diode is open circuit. Where we are taking the output across this RL. And RL, what is the output across this RL? We have plus and minus in this. When the positive peak reaches, then apply the KVL. In this figure D, you will have minus Vm and minus Vm, because already capacitor is charged to minus Vm, that is during the negative half cycle. First we consider it as a negative half cycle, because at any one point of time it has to be started, right? At any point of time, consider a time when it is negative half cycle, then the circuit is started, circuit is switched on, then it will be like this. The figure D, the diode must be open circuit, and we are taking the output across this RL. So V output will be equal to the KVL of this figure D, which is minus Vm comma minus Vm, which we will get minus 2V. And if we consider the V output value as plus to the upper side and minus to this lower side, if we consider like that, then the KVL will be what? Minus Vm plus Vo. We consider the positive and negative of this V output value. The positive is at capacitor and negative is at the ground. And what happens by applying the KVL? Minus V in minus Vm plus V output is equal to 0. Then plus V output is equal to minus plus minus, that means minus 2m. And if you take the minus 2m to the other side, then V output will be equal to 2Vm. So at a positive peak value, we are getting the value as 2Vm. We are getting the value of output as 2Vm. So with the explanation, during positive half cycle of the input signal, for positive half cycle of the input signal, the diode is reverse biased and it acts open circuit. In this situation, the capacitor remains fully charged to Vm and behaves as battery. Because it's a property of the capacitor, right? Applying KVL, as already we have discussed, applying KVL, we get V output is equal to what? Vin plus Vm. If Vin is equal to 0, then V output is equal to Vm. If Vin is equal to minus Vm, then V output is equal to 0. Vin is equal to Vm, then V output is equal to Vm. So first we are applying KVL to the closed loop, right? Plus Vm minus V output plus V input is equal to 0. Or already we have noted that minus Vin minus Vm plus V output is equal to 0. That is also correct. Then we will get V output is equal to Vin plus Vm. This is the generalized equation from the circuit connection. Then we can apply different values of V input at different times. Right? The V input is changing with respect to time because it's AC signal and it is a sinusoidal signal, so it will have different values for different times. So if we apply different values here, that is if Vin is equal to 0, then V output will become Vm. Vm means V max, because Vm is the maximum value stored in the capacitor, right? So if V input is equal to minus Vm, then V output is equal to 0. If V input is equal to Vm, then V output is equal to Vm plus Vm, that is equal to 2Vm. So these are the different output values of the output waveform values with respect to input values of 0, minus Vm and Vm. So if the diode is reverse biased, then capacitor already became Vm and V output is equal to V input plus Vm. The input and output waveforms are shown in the figure. It can be seen that the negative extremities of the output waveform are clamped to 0 level, because at V input is equal to Vm, it is positive peak. At positive peak, observe the waveform, positive peak of the input waveform we have plus 2Vm. At 0 value of V input we have Vm. At negative value, that is at minus Vm of the input waveform, we have output is equal to 0, because V output is equal to Vin plus Vm. So if you remember that equation from looking at this circuit directly, then you can draw the waveform. Now moving on to the next small topic, that is mention the applications of clippers and clampers. So where we need such type of application, because in the input we are getting a smooth sinusoidal wave with a different frequency, then why we need to change those shapes, and why we need to add this DC value, why we have to clamp the particular particular peak value at that position. Why? Because it has certain applications and advantages. Because in the two level clippers can be used as square wave generator. Yes, two level clippers, if you can remember, if the V1 is equal to V2, V reference 1 is equal to V2, and they are adjusted such that the input curvature of the sinusoidal wave is adjusted with the frequency, then they remain almost as a square wave. Next, clippers are used to remove unwanted portions like noise accumulated on peaks of waveforms. Generally, the noise affects the amplitude. That is, at peak value of amplitude, the noise will be higher. If you remove that peak value, then the noise whichever attached to this signal will be removed also. Clippers are used in TV receivers to separate sync pulses from composite video signals. So they are used in TV receivers also in this particular application. These are also used in PPM, that is pulse position modulators. This is in communication subject we need PPM, that is pulse position modulator circuits. That is we are getting the output, we are getting the EM waves in the air, right? Through the air we are receiving the cell phone signals. How that happens? So in the normal, the voice of a one person or any number of persons reaches maximum to a 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer depending on the area where we stand. But we are getting signals in the radio, that is all India radio or any of the radio stations we listen in the cities also. It will be some 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers, or around 100 to 200 kilometers also. The distance, how is it possible for a human voice to reach such a range? So then the concept of modulation comes, and in that there are different types of modulations, and the modulations will be produced by these circuits, that is modulator circuits. In that one particular type of modulator is PPM, that is pulse position modulator. In that case we use these clippers. Clampers, application of clampers are used to restore the DC into any waveform. If the DC value is removed from a waveform or shifted to another level by the circuit, then it must be brought to the previous value in order to get the exact output or waveform. Then in that particular application we can use this clamper by adjusting the capacitor or the input Vmax. We can adjust the DC bias level in the waveform, whatever the input waveform. Example, DC resistor circuit of TV receivers. Again in the TV receiver circuits we will use this clampers. Now moving on to the next topic, designing of simple clippers and clampers for a given input and output waveform. Till now we have discussed the clippers and clampers, like we have first seen the circuit, then the input waveform we have. By analyzing the circuit we have drawn the output waveform. But now we will give given the waveforms only, directly we will give on the waveforms, but the circuit we have to design. If it is positive clipper, the diode direction you must remember, and negative clipper, what will be the diode direction. If it is series clipper or shunt clipper, what difference it make, and there is a voltage level, reference level is there, if it is positive VR or negative VR, right? So such type of things you have to take into consideration by observing the given waveforms, and we have to design the clippers and clampers. Now first topic in this, positive clipper clipping at 0 volts. So positive clipper circuit, simply refer to the circuit diagram shown in the figure. This circuit passes only negative going off cycles of the input to the output. That means it passes only the negative half cycles. That means it clips off the positive going circle. It will passes only negative going half cycle, clips of the positive half cycle. See output waveform like that. All the positive half cycles are bypassed through the diode to ground terminal, because the diode gets forward biased when the input voltage becomes positive. When the input positive, diode forward bias will get the output as 0. Due to the voltage drop across the diode, the clipping occurs at 0.6 volts. See, this is the voltage drop across the diode. That means a cut-in voltage will be there, that is 0.6 volts. In this particular circuit, typical practical circuit, we are considering a diode with cut-in voltage 0.6 volts. That means it is not a ideal diode. See the circuit, we have the input that is given as 20 volts peak to peak and a resistor with value, particular value 3.3 kilo ohm, and a diode, and particular diode's number is also given IN4001, and we are taking the output across this diode. It is a shunt clipper and it is positive clipper because positive portion is clipped, so it is unbiased shunt positive clipper. It is unbiased. You may ask, sir, there is a 0.6 volts V reference level, 0.6 volts V reference level in this positive half cycle, then why we are calling unbiased, sir? Because we didn't apply any external V reference. See the circuit, observe the circuit. In this circuit we didn't use any of the external V reference voltage, but we are considering the diode as a practical diode, not an ideal diode. In the practical diode we will have the cut-in voltage. We will have the cut-in voltage when it is forward biased. That means the minimum voltage required to forward bias the junction will be the cut-in voltage, that is 0.6 or 0.7 for silicon and 0.2 0.3 for germanium. So in this circuit, observe, when the 20 volt peak to peak is applied to the circuit, when we consider it in the positive direction of the waveform, during the positive half cycle the P terminal of the diode is connected to the positive and N terminal of the diode will be connected to the negative. Then it will be forward biased, but as we consider this as a practical diode and the 0.6 volts is the cut-in voltage, then the diode will be replaced by a 0.6 volts DC battery or DC drop, 0.6 volts voltage. So which is the output, because we are taking the output across this diode, so that will be the output for the entire positive half cycle. But what happens when it is negative half cycle? Because in the negative half cycle the diode is reverse bias, so the output, in the output we are getting the diode is practically open circuit, though it has some mega ohms of resistance, that is negative, so negative bias. It will have the reverse resistance of some mega ohms, which is practically, we can consider it as a infinite. Then it will be act as open circuit. It will act as open circuit. Then the output we are taking, that is across this 20 volt peak to peak and 3.3 K. 20 volt peak to peak means we have the positive peak value will be 10 volts and the negative peak value will be minus 10. Then the overall peak to peak V plus P minus of minus VP, then VP minus of minus, that is V plus VP. Then we have 2 VP, that means 10 minus of minus 10, we have 10 plus 10, that is equal to 20 volts. 20 volts is the peak to peak. In the positive peak we have 10 plus 10, in the negative peak we have minus 10. So in the output waveform, if you see, we are drawing the same sinusoidal wave. In the negative, entire negative half cycle is reproduced, but with the voltage of peak value of minus 10 volts. And in the figure C we have seen the transfer characteristics. Transfer characteristics, that means V output versus V input, the output voltage, how much it is for a V input voltage, right? Transfer characteristics, if you see in the negative half cycle, in the negative portion of the V input, the V output is also negative and it is exactly the same value whatever the V input will have, the output will also have the same value. So the transfer characteristics is a linear or a line passing through the origin. That means it will have a slope value of 1. It will have a slope value of 1, and the line equation can be said as y is equal to mx or y is equal to x, where m is equal to 1 because the slope value is 1. In the transfer characteristics during the negative portion of the input waveform, the output will be same as the input. That's why the transfer characteristics is a line passing through the origin. But what happens when it is a positive half cycle of the input? During the positive half cycle, right, up to 0.6 volts, the curve will remain same. Up to 0.6 volts, the output will remain same. But after the 0.6 volts is exceeded in the positive half cycle, the diode will be forward biased. That means it has reached the cut-in voltage, then the diode will be forward biased and the output will be remain as 0.6 volts, that is the cut-in voltage. So that's why during the positive half cycle of the V input, the output will be up to 0.6, it will be same as the input, but after the 0.6 volts it will remain as 0.6 volts only. So the curve became flat, that is parallel to x-axis at a level of 0.6 volts. So that is the positive clipping at 0 volts or whatever it is. Next, see the negative clipper clipping at 0 volts. In the refer to the circuit diagram shown in the figure, this circuit passes only positive going half cycles of the input to the output and clips of the negative going pulses. All the negative half cycles are bypassed through the diode. Since the diode gets forward biased when the input voltage becomes negative, clipping occurs at minus 0.6 due to the voltage drop across the diode. Same circuit is here, but with some the diode direction is reversed. The diode direction is reversed. So same explanation will apply there. In the positive half cycle, the P terminal of the diode is connected to the negative and N terminal is connected to the positive, so it will be reverse bias, then it will be open circuited, then it will be same as the input, the peak value 10. During the entire positive half cycle of the input waveform, the output will remain as same as the input. But during the negative half cycle, the minus will be applied to the negative voltage is applied to the N terminal of the diode and the positive voltage is applied to the P terminal of the diode. So it will be forward biased when the input crosses this cut-in voltage, that is minus 0.6 volts. If in the negative direction it crosses 0.6 volts, then the diode will be forward biased and it will act as a 0.6 volts DC, right? If it is an ideal diode, it will act as a short circuit because the cut-in voltage is 0, then it will act as a 0 volts, that is the short circuit. But in this circuit we are considering the practical diode, that is 0.6 volts of cut-in voltage. That's why we are replacing the diode in the forward bias as a 0.6 volts battery. So the output will be equal to the 0.6 volts during the negative half cycle. And the transfer characteristics is the reverse of the whatever we have seen in the previous slides, right? During the positive portion of the input waveform, the output will remain as same. So the characteristics will be V output versus V input, right? On the line of this Q1 quadrant 1 line, that is y is equal to mx, we here the slope is 1, so we have y is equal to x, that is V output is equal to V input. Here y is V output, x is V input, so V output is equal to V input during this entire positive half cycle. But in the negative half cycle, whenever the V input crosses this minus 0.6 volts mark, then the diode will be forward bias and it will be replaced with a 0.6 volts battery, and it is in opposite direction, that is minus 0.6 volts. So it will be output will be remain static at this minus 0.6 volts. So this is the clipper at negative. Now we can see positive clipping at plus 3, that is biased clipping. That is the biased clipping. Same circuit with the V reference as 3 volts. In the first circuit, we have seen the positive clipping at 0.6 volts because of the cut-in voltage. Here, we should consider it as 3 positive clipper clipping at 3 volts. So we use the biasing. See the circuit. Just observe the circuit. We have the same input, same resistor, same diode, but with extra 3 volts of V reference. So here the output will be, see the output waveform in that the 0.6 volt is added with the 3 volts, and it will become 3.6 volts the output waveform. And in the transfer characteristics also, again during the negative portion, the same y is equal to mx formula, y is v naught is equal to v input, but in the positive direction, instead of 0.6 volts we have 3.6 volts of the output. See the theory part. Till the input becomes greater than plus 3 volts, diode is reverse biased and the input appears at the output. When the input is greater than plus 3 volts, diode becomes forward biased, the DC source voltage appears at the output. Since the voltage drop across the diode develops in series with the DC source, actual clipping level at point plus 3.6 volts. Because if you replace the diode in the forward bias direction, that is P, and then terminal replace it with a positive and negative terminals of a DC voltage of the cut-in value, that is zero point 0.6 volts, then it will be in addition with this series V reference volts, right? 0.6 will plus 3 volts, will not be the reverse. It is better if you have drawn the circuit by yourself. Please draw the circuit on the paper, same the circuit diagram and the output waveform and the transfer characteristics also, with the heading positive clipper clipping at plus 3 volts. And you can draw these previous circuits also by the heading positive clipper clipping at 0 volts. Same, you can draw this, all these three waveforms you can draw. The transfer characteristics is a new concept here, but it's not different. It is already we know, but we are drawing it first time in these clipper circuits. Please draw all the circuits by yourself, and now you must draw it now. The lesson can wait, the class can wait till you draw, till all of you draw. This is positive clipper at 0 volts. Yes, we have reached the last 5 to 6 minutes of the class. Then you must draw all these waveforms and circuits, and then we can conclude the session, today's class. And these also positive clipper clipping at plus 3 volts. Next, negative clipper clipping at minus 3 volts. This is also same, with the direction is reversed, and minus 3 volts of reference and minus 3.6 volts at the negative value. And the transfer characteristics also, instead of minus 0.6 we have minus 3.6 volts. So this is also you people draw negative clipper clipping at minus 3 volts. All these circuit diagrams waveforms with proper annotations, that is on the y-axis mention it as V0, and the x-axis with the T and the voltage levels at proper values. Please draw all the waveforms, all the circuits, and all the transfer characteristics with proper title. Actually, it is positive clipper clipping at plus 3.6 volts. We can call it as plus 3.6 volts, but generally we will use the practical diodes. So the diode cut-in voltage 0.6 volts may not mention in the title. Directly we can call it as positive clipper clicking at plus 3 volts also. Same with the case here also. I hope all of you have drawn these circuits. Now quickly revision today's topics. And in the first case we have discussed today's new topic, that is clamper circuits. A clamper is consists of a capacitor and a diode with load resistors, and it can be positive peak clamper or negative peak clamper depending on the which peak of the signal is set to zero level. And we have seen the circuit diagram. We have seen the working of this circuit by applying the negative of cycles and positive of cycles and the charging of capacitors, and by drawing the KVLs, Kirchhoff voltage law, we have got V output is equal V input plus Vm. So by substituting different values at different times of the input, we have different output values. By drawing the all those values, we have got the output waveform. In that, the positive peak became plus 2m and the negative peak value is set at a zero value. And we have seen the applications. Now we have discussed these new topics, that is clipping at different values by considering the practical diodes, and practical peak to peak values, practical resistor values also. And in tomorrow class we will see the new topic, that is sweep voltage. That is tomorrow's class. Now with this I am concluding the today's session. If you have any doubts, please mail me at Suresh Akul AKUL Suresh RCURESH AKUL Akul 2001 at the rate gmail.com. Right. So I can conclude the today's session. Thank you one and all. Have a great day.